Hey nerds, welcome back to my channel. Merry Christmas, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Hanukkah, and all holidays in between. I hope you guys had an amazing holiday. Today I'm bringing you my Christmas haul from Half Price Books. But before we get into that, I just want to thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. Now let's get into this. Okay, a couple of things before I get started. I asked my family for one thing and one thing only this Christmas, and I asked just for a gift card to Half Price Books, and they all obliged, so thank you, family. Second, this is my biggest haul up to date. I have 12 books with me today, and we're gonna go through all of them. One last thing, I tried to do what I did last haul, get 2 books from each genre that's in the store, and I really couldn't find any good horror books this go around, and I still did not find another copy of The Night Eternal by Guillermo del Toro. I'm still looking though. I'm holding out faith and hope that it will return, but until then. But we're gonna start with this haul because we got a lot to get through, so. All right, the first book on the list is You May Now Kill the Bride by Kate Weston. Look how cute this cover is. It's kind of I like it. Now, the title by itself, when I saw this in the mystery section, I said, oh, what is this? Y'all know how it goes. We're gonna read the book jacket, but since this is a paperback, it's gonna be on the back. So come on, kids. The bride-to-be drops dead at her bachelorette weekend with all her bridesmaids as suspects for her murder. In this wry thriller full of deadly twists and characters you'll love to hate, who will be left standing when the bouquet is thrown? Lauren, Saskia, Dominica, Farah, and Tansy have been best friends since grade school. They wonder if that was the last time they all actually liked one another. As adults, their lives have splintered. Tansy runs a vegan cafe and is preparing for a shotgun marriage to awful Ivan. Farah is engaged and is fast becoming a complete bridezilla. Dominica is a successful divorce attorney with no time for anything but work. Sounds very Miranda Hobbs coded. I keep getting these Miranda Hobbs coded ass characters in my videos. Lauren has had a total failure to launch in her career and love life, consumed by a man who has spent years stringing her along. Saskia has married into wealth in a different circle of friends in a fancy part of London. Some days it seems that the only thing holding the group together is an event that happened in their youth 20 years ago. An incident they've all sworn to keep a secret in order to protect one another. It's giving, I know what you did last summer. Yeah. When the group is reunited at Tansy's bachelorette come wellness retreat weekend, it doesn't take long for old grudges to resurface. Then the bride-to-be chokes to death on a poisoned drink and all the bridesmaids are suspects. Kate Weston explores the complexities of female friendship in this searingly funny page-turning thriller. One of these bridesmaids may be a killer, and the rest had better watch their sash-covered backs because your oldest friends aren't always your closest. I picked this up because I've had friends like this, minus the unaliving part, where we had something happen like years ago and they still holding grudges and we grown now. But I feel like I'm gonna relate to this a lot, speaking on the friendship thing, female friendship thing. I cannot wait to get to this one whenever I do. But yeah, You May Now Kill the Bride by Kate Weston. Brava. Oh, there's the next one. This next book is called The Vampire Sex Ed, edited by Marvin Kaye. Edited by Marvin Kaye. Now, when I was reading the book jacket on this one, I felt a little confused, but I'm gonna read it again, and y'all tell me if y'all get it, because I think I get it, but I don't think so. Okay. It was a dark and stormy night. Well, maybe not dark, but dark energy must have been churning the day editor Marvin Kaye and SFBC editor-in-chief Ellen Asher put their heads together to create this SFBC original. Dang it. First, they agreed it had to contain 6 novellas written exclusively for us by top authors in vampire literature. Next, it had to be rife with real vampires, the old-fashioned, befanged, and blood-sucking kind. Last, it had to connect with the irresistible eros of the myth, and so The Vampire Sextet was born. Here you'll find stories that range from the nostalgic to the contemporary, the poignant to the savage, the romantic to the carnal, each taking you beyond the veil of death to pierce the swirling depths of dark desire. Welcome to the other side of midnight as Kim Newman cast Orson Welles. Orson Welles? I'm gonna keep reading. An undead private eye and a teenage slayer in a Hollywood mystery with all the luster and decadence of a cinema itself. Meet Sheena, a goth rocker who transforms the life of a working class lad in Brian Stableford's tale of love, lost, music, and past lives, awakened to some velvet morning as Nancy Collins puts leather punk vampire Cumslayer. I'm sorry, I'll read it too fast. Sonia Blue on the trail of an ancient witch who bathes in blood and discover why the Isle of Full of Noises in Tanith Lee's Tale of a Rider, an island and a vampire unlike you have ever encountered. These toothsome tales plus SP Suntow's Vanilla Blood and Chelsea Quinn Yarbough's In the Face of Death will put you in the mood for a very Bloody Mary with a clove of garlic on the side. Oh, okay, so I did not see this part. I didn't read the back book jacket. This says, Marvin Kaye has compiled 16 anthologies for Guild America Books, including Masterpieces of Terror and the Supernatural, Masterpieces of Terror and the Unknown, Love and Other Monsters, and Don't Open This Book. He is adjunct professor of creative writing at New York University and artistic director of the New York City theatrical production company, The Open Book. So I was like, is this fiction or is this non-fiction anthology? I'm still confused on it, but vampires. It don't take much for me. I'm a simple girl. I see vampires, I pick up the book, I put it in my basket, I keep going. Yeah, but the vampire sextet. So by reading the back of it, it's a bunch of vampire stories, so it's like an anthology book. But are these real people? Like Marvin Kaye and whoever that other woman was? Like, is this real, like, non-fiction fiction? I don't know. We're gonna see when I open this book when I get around time to it. But yeah, the Vampire Sextet. Okay, next on the list, we have The House Across the Lake by Riley Sager. Here we go. Murder mystery. Okay. This one sounds so messy. Sounds like it's full of shit, and that's why I picked it up. So let's read the book jacket. Be careful what you watch for. Casey Fletcher, a recently widowed actress trying to escape a streak of bad press, has retreated to the peace and quiet of her family's lake house in Vermont. Armed with a pair of binoculars and several bottles of bourbon, she passes the time watching Tom and Catherine Royce, the glamorous couple living in the house across the lake. They make for good viewing. A tech innovator, Tom is powerful, and a former model, Catherine is gorgeous. One day on the lake, Casey saves Catherine from drowning, and the two strike up a budding friendship. But the more they get to know each other, and the longer Casey watches, the more it becomes clear that Catherine and Tom's marriage isn't as perfect as it appears. When Catherine suddenly vanishes, Casey immediately suspects Tom of foul play. What she doesn't realize is that there's more to the story than meets the eye, and that shocking secrets can lurk beneath the most placid of surfaces. Packed with sharp characters, psychological suspense, and gasp-worthy plot twists, I hope so. Riley Sager's The House Across the Lake is the ultimate escapist read. No lake house required. So I want to make a prediction, and it might be wrong, a hypothesis, if you will. But you know how it said that Casey and Catherine end up becoming friends? I think since Catherine isn't happy in her marriage with Tom, she comes on to Casey and they start a little flame, and then Tom finds out, and then Catherine. That's just my thought process. That's what I immediately thought when I read that book jacket. I was like, did they end up like getting together and then Tom found out and then he offed his wife? Is that what happens? Is that what you get for being nosy? I don't know. But The House Across the Lake by Riley Sager. This next one is called Hollywood Moon by Joseph Wambaugh. Can you see the cover? Look, they overlooking the Hollywood Hills in the cop car. Yeah. This sounded like drama, and this sounds like it would be an excellent movie or an excellent show. That's why I picked it up after reading the book jacket and a little bit in the middle. You know how I do. I crack it open in the middle, see what it's giving, and the part that I landed on in this book, oh, if that was one part of the book, what is the rest like? Let's read the book jacket. The cops of Hollywood Station don't police your typical cop beat. Little people for hire, I'm not saying that word. That is unacceptable. Meth tweakers, steroid pump monsters, costume crackheads, drag queens, and... When was this book written and published? Because a lot of this language is politically incorrect. Joseph, what is happening? Populate the boulevards and back streets of Los Angeles' most surreal precinct. Even dead hobos writing checks from beyond the grave and an intimate assault with a Barbie doll are all in a day's or night's work. The cops themselves aren't exactly typical either. There's Hollywood Nate, who still dreams of movie stardom but is worried that he's too good looking to be a character actor. The audacity of men. Like, I bet he's like generic looking like everybody else. I'm gonna keep reading, no. No shade. Dana Vaughn, a tough, no-nonsense cop who can't stand the fact that her fellow officer Leon Calloway has turned from chauvinist pig to guardian angel since she saved his life. And Aaron Sloan, who has fallen head over heels in love with his beautiful, more experienced partner, Sheila Montez, but is too terrified of her to do anything about it. This sounds like some mess, does it not? This is like a whole ass reality show. This sounds like Criminal Minds meets some trashy reality show that's on Bravo. I don't know, but come on now. Y'all mixing and mingling like that? I'm gonna keep reading. But there's a darker side to Hollywood's weirdness. We all know that. We've seen the documentaries. We've seen the conspiracy theories. We know. All that glitz and glamour provide the perfect cover for the city's underworld, and in a place where anything goes, even small-time crime can easily get out of control. Fraudster Dewey Gleason and his chain-smoking, wisecracking wife Eunice, the real mastermind of the pair, have a nice line in mailbox theft and stealing credit cards. But when they hatch an audacious kidnap plan without knowing that their hired help lives a double life as a serial sex attacker, things start to get very dangerous indeed. So by the book jacket alone, what is happening? That is literally insane. And then when I cracked it open in the middle, I don't remember exactly what page it was, but I know it's somewhere in the middle. I had to pick my jaw up off the floor while I was in the store. I was like, oh, let's go ahead and put this in a basket. But yeah, Hollywood Moon by Joseph Wambaugh. Is it Wambaugh? Wambo. Okay, this next one is called Ghosted by Rosie Walsh. Here's the cover. There's something very 2006 about this. I don't know what it is, but do you see what I'm talking about? Especially the spine, the font. Something very 2006 about this. It don't matter. As the title implies, someone gets ghosted. And the first words on the book jacket gives you a little taste. So here we go. For anyone who has ever waited for the call that didn't come. Yeah, we're starting off like that. This is just the book jacket, girl. When Sarah meets Eddie, they connect instantly and fall deeply in love. That's so sweet. To Sarah, it seems as though her life has finally begun, and it's mutual. It's as though Eddie has been waiting forever for her too. Sarah is certain she and Eddie know everything about each other, so when he leaves for a long booked vacation and promises to call from the airport, she has no cause to doubt him. But he doesn't call. Sarah's friends tell her to forget about him, but she can't. She knows something's happened. There must be an explanation. Minutes, days, weeks go by as Sarah becomes more and more worried. Then she discovers she's right. There is a reason Eddie disappeared. It's because they both failed to share one essential thing with each other, the truth. Good old miscommunication trope. Something that I really don't favor, but I picked it up anyway and I bought it. I feel like this one, I hope this one doesn't let me down. Oh God. Ghosted is a novel about the consequences of keeping secrets, about being haunted by grief, but ultimately about learning how to let go of the past. Most of all, it's about the joy that comes from utterly opening your heart. Oh, how cheesy, but I picked it up. I wanted to give this a try. Trying to branch out, as I keep telling y'all, okay? But yeah, Ghosted by Rosie Walsh. Yeah. I feel like this book is gonna piss me off for some reason. I don't know, but we'll see when we get there. Oh, this next one, hell yeah. So this next one is called Get a Life, Chloe Brown by Talia Hibbert. See how cute it is? I got this book for two reasons. Okay, so wait. First, our main character is a black woman, black woman, and she looks to be mid-size, maybe even plus size. I'm loving it already. And then the author shares my name. She's just missing a letter. It's one letter off, but I had to. This was fate. Her name is Talia too. It's Talia too. I had to, and look, y'all, look at her. She is so cute. She is gorgeous. Can y'all see her? She's gorgeous. I don't know who this woman is, but she is gorgeous. I was like, I'm already in love. And then I looked at the back and I was like, this trope. I don't hate it, but I don't like it either because this is a romance book. but I had to take a chance because same name as the author, and then it was a black woman as a main character. It was a sign. I had to pick it up. But let's read the synopsis on the back. Come on, y'all. Chloe Brown is a chronically ill computer geek with a goal, a plan, and a list. After almost but not quite dying, she comes up with 7 directives to help her get a life, and she's already completed the first. Finally moving out of her glamorous family's mansion. Why would you leave if you don't got to? I mean, I know you want your own space, but mansion? That's none of my business. The next items: enjoy a drunken night out, ride a motorcycle, go camping, have meaningless but thoroughly enjoyable sex. It has to be thorough, okay. Travel the world with nothing but hand luggage, and do something bad. It's cheesy, just a little bit, but it was kind of endearing, so I picked it up anyway. But it's not easy being bad, even when you've written step-by-step guidelines on how to do it correctly. What Chloe needs is a teacher, and she knows just the man for the job. Redford Red Morgan is a handyman with tattoos, a motorcycle, and more sex appeal than 10,000 Hollywood heartthrobs. He is a walking stereotype, okay. He's also an artist who paints at night and hides his work in the light of day, which Chloe knows because she spies on him occasionally, just the teeniest, tiniest bit. Sounding familiar? Yeah, I know. I'm gonna keep reading. But when she enlists Red in her mission to rebel, she learns things about him that no spy session could teach her. Like why he clearly resents Chloe's, excuse me, wealthy background, and why he never shows his art to anyone, and what really lies beneath his rough exterior. ... Yeah, so this gave me summer rom-com 2017 vibes. I had to pick this up. I did. For one, I saw a little bit of myself in Chloe already, and I haven't even read this book yet. I grew up as what some people would call a goody two-shoes. I never did anything bad on purpose, or, you know, I never got detention. I followed by all the rules. I played by all the rules, and then, you know, I felt that sense of security, and like that's what you're supposed to do. I'm supposed to be a good girl. I felt that. I felt Chloe. I saw myself in Chloe already without even opening this book, and I was like, yeah, I see that's for me too. I was her at one point, minus the chronic illness and the wealth. I was her at one point. I was like, I'm gonna do something bad and I'm gonna plan it out. It's not how it works, girl. But now, being that this is a romance book, I was already aware that there might be some overdone tropes that I'm not a fan of, but I'm trying to be more open-minded. Now, hopefully this does not end up on the list of romance books that I cannot stand. And that list is very long. So we'll see when we get around to this, but yeah. Oh, look at the author's note on the back. This is important. Wait, come back. Talia Hibbert is a black British author who lives in a bedroom full of books. Ah! I told you it was a sign. Supposedly there is a world beyond that room, but she has yet to drum up enough interest to investigate. Are we the same person for real? Because I'm an introvert too, and I could be surrounded by my books too. She writes sexy, diverse romance because she believes that people with marginalized identities need honest and positive representation. This is why I picked up this book. We need this. We need this. We, as a whole, need this. Oh my God. Her interests include beauty, junk food, and unnecessary sarcasm. I feel like this was meant to be because we have similarities. That's not just our name. I have a better feeling about this book now. Oh my God. Okay, I need to get on to the other ones. Get a Life, Chloe Brown by Talia Hibbert. I'm excited to get around to this one whenever I do. Oh my God. Another murder mystery. I think it's a murder mystery. Maybe it's just a mystery. I don't know. But this is called Blood Sugar by Sasha Rothschild. I love the cover. It's giving Instagram. You see it? I see it too. Let's read the book, Jacket. I could just kill you right now. It's something we've all thought at one time or another, but Ruby Simon has actually acted on it. 3 times to be exact. 5 feet to be exact. I'm sorry. Though she may be a murderer, Ruby is not a sociopath. I find that hard to believe. But let's keep reading. We listen and we don't judge. She is an animal-loving therapist with a thriving practice. She's had long-lasting relationships and a husband, Jason, whom she adored. But the homicide detectives at Miami Beach Police Department have doubts about that happy marriage and are eager to uncover why so many people have died within her arm's reach. When we meet Ruby, she's in a police interrogation room, suddenly accused of killing her husband. But this is one murder that she did not commit, even if a scandal-obsessed public believes differently. As she undergoes questioning, her mind races back to all the details of her life that led her to this exact moment, and to the 3 dead bodies in her wake. Because while she may not have killed her husband, Ruby certainly isn't innocent. So I kind of got like a Dexter vibe. I said that about another book, I think, on a haul. But I want to know who she unalived, why she unalived them, and, excuse me, just what the hell. Okay, this next book is called All the Little Liars by Charlaine Harris. Now, I didn't know this until I was in the bookstore, but this is the woman who wrote all the books that are based off of the TV show True Blood. And like her whole entire series was up there. I thought about getting a couple, but I was like, I would rather buy them all at the same time, but I'm not ready to do that yet. But here we go, yeah. All the Little Liars. Let's read the book, Jackie. Come on, kids. Aurora Teagarden is basking in the news of her pregnancy when disaster strikes her small Georgia town. That is such like a fairy-coded name. Aurora Teagarden. I wish. 4 kids vanished from the school soccer field in an afternoon. Aurora's 15-year-old brother Philip is one of them. Also gone are 2 of his friends and an 11-year-old girl who was just hoping to get a ride home from soccer practice. And then there's an even worse discovery. At the kids' last known destination, a dead body. While the local police and sheriff department comb the county for the missing kids and interview everyone even remotely involved, Aurora and her new husband, true crime writer Robin Crusoe, begin their own investigation. Could the death and kidnappings have anything to do with the group of bullies at the middle school? Is Philip's disappearance related to Aurora's father's gambling debts? Or is Philip himself, new to town and unknown quantity, responsible for taking the other children? Regardless of the reason, as the days go by, the most important question remains. Are the kids still alive? Who could be concealing them? Where could they be? With Christmas I didn't see this part. Okay. With Christmas approaching, Aurora is determined to find her brother, if he's still alive. All the Little Liars by Charlaine Harris. I had to pick this up because I've heard good things about True Blood. I've heard good things. I've never seen the show. And I'm assuming if her books were good and it was adapted into a TV show, then this may be good. So I picked it up. Okay, next book. This one I'm holding near and dear to my heart. I haven't even read it yet. All right. This next one is called Big Girl by Mecca Jamila Sullivan. Here's the cover. Can you see her? Here it is. Now, after I read this book, Jacket, I'm going to explain why I picked this up, okay? But let's read it first. Malaya Clondon hates when her mother dragged her to Weight Watchers meetings in the church stuffy basement community center. A quietly inquisitive 8-year-old struggling to repress her insatiable longing, she would much rather paint alone in her bedroom or sneak out with her father for a sampling of Harlem's forbidden street foods. For Malaya, the pressures of going to a predominantly white Upper East Side prep school are compounded by the high expectations passed down over generations from her sharp-tongued grandmother and her mother, Nyella, a painfully proper professor struggling to earn tenure at a prestigious university. But their relentless prescriptions, fad diets of cottage cheese and sugar-free jello, high cardio African dance classes, endless doctor's appointments don't work on Malaya. As Malaya comes of age in a rapidly gentrifying 1990s Harlem, she strains to understand ladiness and fit neatly within the suffocating confines of so-called femininity that holds no room for her body. Nothing seems to help until a family tragedy forces her family to face the source of her hunger in her own terms. Exquisitely compassionate and clever, Big Girl is filled with everyday people who, in Mecca Jamila Sullivan's gifted hands, show us the love. Oh, I didn't see her on the back. This is another black woman. I got lucky on this haul. She's beautiful too. Sorry. Shows us the love and struggle of what it means to be inside bodies that don't always fit with the outside world. In tracing the perils and pleasures of the inheritance that comes with being born, Sullivan pushes boundaries and creates an unforgettable portrait of black womanhood in America. So, first, black author, who's a woman. Check. Main character, black girl. Check. Main character who is also maybe plus size. Check. And then reading that book jacket and hearing about the pressures coming from her family, check. I have never related to a book jacket more. I didn't grow up with the problems that the character has had, you know, with her weight or her impulses with food, but I did have that culture of, like, you know, going to like predominantly white schools and having all that pressure bear down on me from a young age because, you know, of how smart and gifted that I was. And me now as an adult woman being mid-sized and coming to terms with like my body image, this is something that I think is very important to me, and I want to see that come to fruition in this book with this character. So that's why I picked it up, and it touched my heart when I read it, and I read a little bit in the middle. Oh my god. This is one I'm definitely looking forward to getting around when I open this. But yeah, Big Girl by Mecca Jamila Sullivan. Alright, next book. This is called, I just realized something. I got 2 books by the same author. I didn't realize that. Casey McQuiston. Am I saying it right? Is it McKeeston or McQuiston? I hate to butcher. I'm sorry. I didn't know I got 2 by the same person. Okay. Let me move on. So this book is called I Kissed Shara Wheeler by Casey McQuiston. I'm gonna say McKeeston. McKeeston sounds right. Casey McKeeston. Here's the book cover. It's very She kind of looks like Sydney Sweeney, no? Or is that just me? I see Sydney Sweeney. Now this is gay. I'm not saying that's an insult. This is very much gay. And that's why I picked it up, honey. Let's read the book jacket. Chloe Green is so close to winning. She spent the 4 years since her moms moved her from Southern California to Alabama for high school, dodging gossipy classmates in the puritanical administration of Willow Grove Christian Academy. Gay girl, possibly bisexual, going from Southern California, which is very free-spirited, I assume, to Alabama at a Christian school. That's just saying enough for you. The goal that's kept her going, winning valedictorian. Her only rival, prom queen Shara Wheeler. What did I say? I said Shara? I'm gonna say Shara Wheeler, the principal's perfect progeny. But a month before graduation, Shara kisses Chloe and vanishes. Blue bean, anybody? On a furious hunt for answers, Chloe discovers she's not the only one Shara kissed. There's also Smith, Shara's longtime quarterback sweetheart, and Rory, Shara's bad boy neighbor with a crest. So Shara got hoes, is what I'm hearing. She got hoes. The three have nothing in common except Shara and the annoyingly cryptic notes she left behind. But together they must untangle Shara's trail of clues to find her. It'll be worth it if Chloe can drag Shara back before graduation to beat her fair and square. Throw into an unlikely alliance chasing the ghost through parties, break-ins, puzzles, and secrets revealed on a monogrammed stationery. Chloe starts to suspect that there may be more to this small town than she thought. And maybe probably not, but maybe more to Shara too. Fierce, funny, and frank, Casey McKeeston's I Kissed Shara Wheeler is about breaking the rules, getting messy, and finding love in unexpected places. Enough said. Like, this is why I picked it up. This sounds like a time, this sounds like mess, sounds like drama, and it's gay. Just a little bit. Love. But yeah, I Kissed Shara Wheeler by Casey McKeeston. Alright, this next one is called Psychos, a white girl problems book by Babe Walker. Here's the cover. I didn't say it, she did. Let's read the back. Let's read the synopsis. I think this may be autobiographical, semi. I don't know who Babe Walker is, but the same person who wrote the book is the main character in the book, so let's see. I don't know. Fresh from a 4-month stint in rehab for her alleged shopping addiction, Babe Walker returns home to Bel Air 10 pounds lighter thanks to a stomach virus. Having made amends, she told a counselor with bad skin she was smart. Oh my god. And confronted her past after meeting her birth mother for the first time, a fashion model turned farmer lesbian. Cute. Although delighted to be home and determined to maintain her hard-won inner peace, Babe now faces a host of outside forces seemingly intent on derailing her path to positive change. Not only is she being trailed by an anonymous stalker, but she's also reunited with the love of her life, a relationship that she cannot seem to stop self-sabotaging. Babe's newfound spirituality, coupled with her faith in the universe and its messages, leads her all over the world, shoulder dancing in Paris, tripping out in Amsterdam. Now, I don't know when this book was published, but when I saw Trippin' Out, I was like, she be... I couldn't help myself. And hooking up in the Mediterranean, only to land her back in New York City, forced to choose between a man who was perfect in every way, except for one small detail. Why do I feel like that was a euphemism for his PP? I'm gonna keep reading. And a man who could be the one if he didn't drive Babe to utter insanity. Unapologetic and uproarious, Psychos is the send up of the season, already as timeless as vintage Dior. This is very Sex in the City, Carrie Bradshaw coded. I don't know why. Is it just because I recently rewatched that? And it gave, I don't know. Oh, and she's blonde too. So, I don't know. Shopping addiction, blonde, New York. I automatically thought of Carrie Bradshaw. Could you blame me? But yeah, Psychos by Babe Walker. Okay, last book. This one is also by Casey McKeeston. This is called The Pairing. Some things taste better together. Look at them making out on the cover. I love that. Get nasty. Theo and Kit have been a lot of things. Childhood best friends, crushes, lovers, and now estranged exes. Yeah, it's one of those stories. But let's keep reading. I picked it up for a reason. After a brutal breakup on a flight to their dream European food and wine tour, they exited each other's lives. Time apart has done them good. Theo is a bartender and an aspiring sommelier? I don't know what that word is. I don't know how to pronounce it. Sommelier, honey, I don't know, I'm sorry. With a long roster of lovers. Kit graduated as the reigning sex god of his pastry school and now bakes at one of the finest restaurants in Paris. That is one of my least favorite tropes in romance ever, is the sex god character, and it literally says sex god. I hate it, but I'm giving it a chance. I'm trying to branch out. Hopefully this is not going to end up on the books that I don't like because of the tropes, but let me keep reading. All that remains is the unused voucher for the European tour that never happened. 4 years later, it seems like a great idea to finally take the trip solo, separately. It's not until Theo and Kit board the tour bus that they discover they both accidentally had the exact same idea, and now they're trapped with each other for 3 weeks of the most romantic sights and sensuous flavors of France, Spain, and Italy. But it'll be fine as long as they agree they're absolutely over each other. So when Theo suggests a friendly wager to see who can sleep with their hot Italian tour guide first, oh, y'all a little nasty, Kit is game. In fact, why stop there? Why not a full-on European hookup competition? But sometimes the taste of everything only makes you crave what you can't have. Casey ate with that last line. She ate with that last line. This is August 2024 book of the month on the back. When was this published? It looks fairly new. I could look it up, but yeah. But yes, The Pairing by Casey McQuiston. Honey, I'm so sorry for butchering your name. I've never heard it like spoken aloud before. I'm sorry. That trope where it's like friends, like it's not quite enemies to lovers. I guess it's enemies back to lovers. But you know what I'm talking about. They're trapped together on a romantic, we've seen this done plenty of times, but hopefully this one doesn't let me down, especially with the sex god trope. I'm praying that it doesn't let me down. I'm gonna give it a chance. But yeah, that's all my books. I'm not holding up this stack because my wrist will literally break. I got 12 books. I saw them all. So that concludes my video for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you made it to the end of the video, comment a snowflake if you made it to the end of the video. And subscribe if you want to. I'll see y'all on the next go around. Okay, bye.